put it in barrels gets better with age, and you might wanna sip you some. For years men have searched all the hand-me-down land for Mother Nature's best. Longhorn, velvet, breathtaking beauty, thank God we're among the blessed. Got the Buck Bourbon on the ground, draw 'em back, let 'em fly, and knock 'em down. You can't show 'em what you're made of. Be proud of anything you got until you take your shot.
Hobby farming is a lot of fun. If it isn't broke or flat, it will go. So before we get started, got to replace a tire. If it isn't broke or flat, it soon will be. Rule number 2 is always carry an impact wrench, because this is no fun by hand. So today, this morning, we're out here in western Nebraska, and we have about a 5-acre field that we're doing along the river. The soils here are extremely sandy, and our precipitation annually in this area 12 to 14 inches. So if this stuff grows here, it'll grow anywhere, so we're excited to get going. Today we're going to plant 2 varieties. Mentioned earlier, 5 acres. We're going to start with between 3 and 4 acres of our clover and chicory mix. Clover will absolutely grow here. It'll come up earlier than the chicory. Chicory is more of a later feed, and keep the deer here early. I'm also going to do something a little different. We're going to plant a pea and radish mix. Now technically we're supposed to plant that a little bit later in the season, but the farmers around here plant peas this time of year, and the deer that holds early, that's really what I'm after. On this particular property, we really don't have deer that stay here 24/7. We have deer that show up pre-rut, during the rut, post-rut, and then kind of get out of here. So I'd like to be able to bring them in here and house them longer, and I really think this combination today is going to be pretty cool. Now, we did rent our local NRD drill. This is a relatively big, this is not a hand cast deal, so this will speed up our process. It's about a 10-foot drill pulled by a John Deere 4720, about a 58 horsepower tractor, so we do have some quasi-serious equipment going on today. Takes about, to do 3 acres-ish, 4 acres, takes about 4.5 of these tubes of the chicory and clover mix, and then we'll follow up with the last acre and a half with a bag or 2 of our pea and radish. So stay tuned. We're gonna go like heck today before it rains, and see what we can get done. One thing highly important not to do, especially when you're using a drill, is we do have these gel packs to keep our product fresh. And they're usually in the very bottom of the deal, so just please make sure you're paying attention to that, because it will go in the drill and probably plug up one of the tubes, which would be awful. So just don't forget that. Well, it's not my first rodeo, so if it can break, it will. Plugged hoses. So if you rent the NRD drill, please blow them out. Well, breakdown number 2 and 3 is all. Had a couple of hoses plugged, round 1. Flat tire. Now we'll get going. That first round's going to have a skip or 2, but again, it's just a deer plot, so we'll live. So we're going to add one more tube of our top shelf of our clover and chicory mix, and that'll get me probably 3/4 of the field that we're in. Again, I'm probably planting it a little thick. This is a really small seed, and I've really got that drill ratcheted down almost as tight as it'll go, and that'll give us probably 3/4 of this particular field in our clover and chicory mix. One more. I might just go with a half a bottle on this one. But I'm going to keep it with me just in case. So we're cleaning out the drill here so I can put that pea mix and not have any. We're gonna have a little mixed in there because I got to get all of this out of the tubes, but darn little.
Mother Nature's best. Longhorn, velvet, breathtaking beauty. Thank God we're among the blessed. Got the Buck Bourbon on the ground. Draw 'em back, let 'em fly, and knock 'em down. You can't show 'em what you're made of. Be proud of anything you got until you take your shot. We mount our memories on the wall and say grace 'cause the Lord provides. Around here we're all family, even though we come from different lines. Got each other's back, thick and thin.
So as they say in the bourbon world, this was our final call. We're all done. Last drink, last tube went in. Probably 6-ish acres, and then had a blessing, a little bit of a rain. So we are in fantastic shape for the bed that we planted it in. Personally, I'm pretty excited to hunt over it this fall. As I mentioned earlier, this will be for both deer, keeping deer here, and then we have quite a bit of waterfowl that show up. Kind of interested to see what they do with it too. So stay tuned, follow us along for the next several months, and wish us some luck. Thank you guys for joining us today. Enjoyed it, and more to come.
No. Got the Buck Bourbon on the ground. Draw 'em back, let 'em fly, and knock 'em down. You can't show 'em what you're made of, but be proud of it.
This is the cool part about the job, is we're not just a bunch of folks that sit in a corporate office and sell a product. We actually live this lifestyle ourselves. It's